How's it going, guys? My name is Francis Earls Latatanghal, and welcome to my podcast. So here we're going to talk about Animahenasyon, the Philippine Animation Festival. It is an annual thing, and it is conducted for animators, artists from the Philippines, and it is to celebrate their work as well as other things like classes, like workshops, like seminars. It is conducted by the Animation Council of the Philippines Industry, or ACPI, and it is for Filipinos who are aspiring Filipinos, and its aim is to harvest the creativity and brilliant minds of artists here in the Philippines. Before I attended the virtual event this year, I knew about Animation way back in 2019. I heard it from my classmates, I heard it from my professors, I heard it from my school. And what I can say is that it is a beautiful event. It is a wonderful event. And I attended this year virtually because of the pandemic limiting us to have face-to-face events, so they conducted a virtual event. And I attended all 3 days of their event, and I listened to all the speakers in the event, and I can say it's a bit of time consuming and a bit of tiresome at the end of the day. I mean, it will bring you fatigue because, of course, you're gonna sit all day in front of a computer, in front of a laptop or whatever device that you have, and you're gonna listen to or attend to the event like almost the entire day. It will consume your entire day, but it was all worth it because everything in the event, all 3 days of the event, was interesting enough for me to sit an entire day in front of a computer or laptop listening to the speakers that they have prepared for us. And for me, the most interesting thing about the Animahenasyon is, of course, the speakers that are from DC, that are from Marvel, that are from Disney, from all those places that an artist like me will dream to be in someday. I mean, to work there, like from Marvel to DC or to Disney, you know, working there is a dream job for all of us artists. And I can say that I'm inspired by those artists who had shared their experiences, who have shared their life experiences, their life stories to us who are young, who are hungry, and who are driven to be like them someday. And there you have it. The other thing that I was interested about is the competition that they held annually for uh, a group of people who made short animated films. And if I were to attend, or if I were to compete like them, that or like they do, I already have prepared a story that you know uh, that I'm confident enough to maybe someday I join Animation and bring it to them or show it to everybody. It's a story about a young guy, or or maybe a young man, or maybe a man, because the story is about the man and his and the chapters of his life from young, from a kid, or from a from a kid to a teenager to a young professional to an adult. And all I can say is that I really use I will use coffee as a representation of life itself in this story, in this concept, in this movie. I'm gonna use coffee as a representation of life. Different types of coffee is a representation of life, or or maybe like an an a figurative representation of what life is. So I created a story. I'm still polishing it. Don't you worry, guys. But here's the main idea or the main summary of the story. In all of our lives, childhood is always the sweetest memory a person has. And for me, coffee is like different kinds of coffee represents different kinds of memories in one's own life. And childhood is the sweet type of coffee that we all love to have. A frap maybe, or a sweetened coffee. Yeah, childhood is something like a childhood memory is something like I say, sweet coffee, a sweet coffee. And as you get older, the different types of coffee or different kinds of memories sometimes get bitter, sometimes gets perfect, just right, balanced flavors, or sometimes a bit bitter and sad, like losing a loved one. So yeah, that's the type of story that I want to present in my film. I'll make it as concise and as driven as consistent as it is. I'll make it unique as it is. I'll maybe integrate a little bit of a what if the watcher narrator in there to spicing things up as he observes this main character, this main protagonist who we are witnessing his life memories from childhood to young guy to an older guy, and that's the story I want to tell. But in general, or in conclusion to all of this, Animahenasyon is an event that inspires all artists, from young artists to old artists. We all collectively come together. It's like Comic-Con, It's like a Comic-Con where cosplayers come together or geeks come together to celebrate the wonderful world of comics, or films that are from comics. So Animahenasyon is something like that. It is an event where every kind of animators, any kind of aspiring artists from around the country come together and be one, be united, and celebrate the animation industry in the Philippines. And for me, it is a wonderful experience. It's a wonderful opportunity for me to listen to these people, these inspiring people, and for me to see these wonderful works that artists has, and seeing the talent and seeing the overall or overview of what the animation industry here in the Philippines has to offer is very promising. It's very challenging and it's very promising. And I hope someday people like me would thrive in this industry. Isn't just like me trying to venture one industry and trading it to another, but me also trying to be in this industry and trying to nourish staying here in the industry for more years to come. So yeah, thank you for listening, and thank you for a little chica, a little small talk that I had today with you guys about Animahenasyon and my experience attending this year's Animahenasyon festival. So I hope to see you guys soon, and I hope you guys enjoyed my little talk, even though it's not that constructive as it is. So thank you guys, and God bless.